Hey guys, so just gonna address the elephant in the room. My hair is now red, so I really like it. It's actually coming up pretty true to color on camera. Dyed this myself. That was a trip. I started filming it and then I was like, this is honestly like so bad. And it was just stressing me out, so I stopped. So sorry about that, but I figured it out. So I'll show a picture of what it looked like when I first dyed it, because that was truly a train wreck. It was like fire hydrant red, and I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna save this, but we figured it out. Today I'm gonna do a Q&A. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start off with some personal ones. So I've got some here on Instagram and then also on YouTube. So if I'm looking down, I'm looking at one of these screens. Just because, I don't know, maybe you'll get to know me a little bit more if you're new to the channel. So the first question is, do you have any female gym buddies and how did you become friends? I do. I have my friend Lee. I guess she was like the first girl that I met at the gym. Love her. We met at the gym my junior year. And my friend Kathy, I met my friend Kathy at the Coliseum gym that I go to. It's like my powerlifting gym that you guys have obviously seen on the channel unless you're new. That is my main gym. I also go to the YMCA, but that one is like very community styled. Like, it makes sense to meet people and talk to people, and it's more likely that you're gonna have a conversation with someone. So I met her there. She was super sweet, and I did a meet with her and my friend Hannah, who I met at Burdick, which is the gym at Towson. And then Instagram, I don't know, that's like the best way to connect with people. I think I followed Lee on Instagram, and that's how we became friends in the gym, because she had added me on Facebook. And then for Hannah, we were following each other on Instagram because we had mutual friends, but we'd never talked to the gym. And then one day we were just like, hi. And now she's the love of my life. So the next question is, what age do you plan to get married? Well, I'm 22. I'll be 23 in October. And I'm very single, so I don't really have an age. I don't think any of that stuff really matters, to be honest. I don't know why I said to be honest like that. That was not a word. I think marriage is great, and I think it's a good thing to have, but I don't think it's like 100% something that I need. I want to be in a relationship and like be with someone in that way, but I've never been like, oh, there has to be like an actual wedding. I don't know. Maybe I'm just scared of commitment, and that's why I'm not super into it. So that's not really an answer to your question, because I don't really have one, but I don't know. Let me know. Are you like that, or are you someone where you really do think that marriage is needed in order for like a relationship to last? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. We've got another question. And she was asking, of course, we want tea on your relationship status. Like I said, very, very single. Yeah. Do you date black men? I'm sure you get this question all the time. Haha, don't mean it in a negative way. I get this question constantly. I don't know why. I guess maybe because of some of the stuff I post on social media. Everyone knows that I love white guys, but I love everyone. It's funny because I'd actually never talked to a black guy before. Like, yeah, like I've kissed a black guy, but we've never gone like farther than that. It was like, I don't know, like a party or something like that. But I'm like, how much information do I give the internet? Because it's like not really a thing. There was someone that I was following on Instagram, and we've been kind of like social media friends for like a while, and we went out and it was a great time. And then that kind of started to become a thing, but then there's like ex stuff going on, and him not being like even in a mindset to have a relationship, so that didn't really end up being a thing. But it was so interesting, the difference in talking to someone that's the same race as me. I don't know if that sounds weird. Like my friend Cece, she's Indian, and her boyfriend's Indian, and she says it's just very different from dating someone who's not, but she also has a very strong culture, and her parents really want her to date an Indian guy. They're like, if you don't, like, it's okay, but it's just kind of like a cultural thing. And for me, it's not that way at all, but I don't know, we like connected in a different way that I haven't felt that connection with other people. So I love everyone, love white guys. I've been with Latino guys. I've been with everyone except for an Asian, I think. And that's just by chance. There are plenty that I think are absolutely gorgeous. But yeah, I don't know. It was different. It was nice. It was a nice change, something that I'm more open to now, because the reason why I never went for black men before is actually because I find them very, very intimidating, and I would rather the guy be intimidated of me. And I think that's just kind of like a power control thing that I have. But yeah, that's literally like the only reason why I was like too intimidated. So unless you come and talk to me, I'm probably not going to make the first move. I've got some questions related to my move. So if you don't know, I am moving to Atlanta, hopefully around September time. That is the goal, fingers crossed. So someone asked if I'm excited to move and why am I moving. Yes, I am so pumped to move. If you're new here, I live in Maryland and I'm over it. It's been a long 22 years here, and I just gotta get out of here. It's a wonderful state, it's a beautiful state, but there's nothing for me here anymore, and it's something that's very hard to explain, because if anyone ever hated on Maryland, I would get very angry, because I do love it here. This is my home, but I feel like I have reached my limit of what I can do here, if that makes sense. Like, there's not really that many jobs for film. We're just not that type of area. Like, if you're on the East Coast and you're doing film, you are either going to New York, you're going to Chicago, which is kind of still, I don't know, I kind of count that as the East Coast. New York, Chicago, DC, if you're gonna do like TV news, that's a good place to go. Miami, and then Atlanta. So that's really like, those are the hubs. And I don't like New York. And I love Chicago, but it's too cold. So I was like, Atlanta, we got it. It's cool. But yeah, I'm super pumped because I've been applying to some jobs out there. And I mean, I have YouTube and everything. It'll just be nice having a change. What is something you're working on in your personal growth? Oh, so many things. So there's another question asking about my mental health. So when I disappear off of YouTube and social media, it's just know it 100%. It's always related to my mental health. I used to open up about it all the time. I've got tons of videos talking about it, but now I've kind of just not. I like to share things, but I like to make sure I've processed the things before I put it out on the internet. So I've been going through some stuff. My grandma has breast cancer, so that's like really not a great time. But they caught it early, so hopefully, you know, everything will be perfectly fine. She has her surgery next week, I think. So we've been doing some stuff to set up her house so that everything's at like a nice level, because she's not gonna be able to raise her arm up like higher than like here, basically. So that's been going on. Moving is stressing me out. I just feel like I'm so behind on everything, like business related, YouTube related. I just see all of these people on the internet all the time, just like doing so many things. And I know I'm only 22 and everyone tells me to calm down, but I just feel like I'm never doing enough. So that's something that I've just been struggling with, and my anxiety has been really bad again because of all that stuff. So that's been kind of a problem. As you guys saw, I've been running away a lot. We love the Airbnbs. So we put a stop to that. My wallet was like, hey, let's just stop. Let's just call that off now, because that's not helping you at all. So yeah, I guess the number one thing that I'm doing is I'm just being more self-aware. When I get in a phase where like I don't feel great, I stop talking to my friends, I stop reaching out to people, and I just get really, really selfish, and it's not helping anyone. It doesn't help me, it doesn't help anyone else. People end up thinking that I'm mad at them or I hate them, and it causes drama that didn't need to be there in the first place, because I didn't just communicate what was going on. So I'm just trying to be more self-aware. All right, we'll do some gym questions. What's the longest you've stayed at the gym in one session? Probably 4 hours. When I when I was prepping for my powerlifting meet, there were some workouts that honestly just dragged on forever. If I was doing squat, bench, and deadlift, I would be there for 3.5, 4 hours. The rest times combined with talking, combined with just doing the actual exercises and just dying, it was a lot. 5 of your favorite glute building exercises. I've been doing hip thrusts lately. Who am I? Training glutes. What? Haven't done that in a really long time. So hip thrust. I really love Bulgarian split squats. I like step ups. You just have to make sure that you're pushing through your heel and not your toes so you don't activate your quads. I really like sumo squats with the dumbbell just in your hands. And then cable pull through. So those are my top 5. Those are the ones that I recommend. And then we have another question, serious question. Do you gym on your period? So I'm actually on birth control and I've opted to not have my period. So yes. But when I wasn't on birth control and I did have my period has always been pretty normal. I've had cramps twice in my life, so it's never been anything like brutal or where I didn't feel that great. Sometimes I would be extra tired, but it was literally like maybe 3 or 4 days out of my week. So if I wasn't feeling great, I just wouldn't go. I would take a rest day. But for the most part, I would. It really just depends on how you're feeling. If you don't feel good, just don't go. And then we have another question. Will you be taking more clients after you move to Atlanta? Yes. So if you have applied for my coaching, I always have the link. I think it's at the top of my description box. I haven't gone through those yet. I will be opening up some more spots, so you can apply and I'll get back to you. But I won't be taking any new people on probably until the end of July, just because I'm traveling a lot during July. I'm kind of busy during this month and I want to make sure that I can get everyone set up, do the calls and everything and have enough time. I don't want to just like leave you hanging. So feel free to apply, but I probably won't get back to you until the end of next month. But yes, once I'm in Atlanta, we'll be full-fledged with the coaching. So if you want to be one of my wonderful clients, then I would absolutely love to have you. And then she also asked, are there any other app options for your programs? Athlete sucks. So funny that you actually asked this. Athlete, they're so sweet and they're so helpful, but I did get a lot of feedback, people saying that they don't really like the app setup, or there would be problems, or it just wasn't super helpful. And I kind of felt the same way, but I wasn't releasing any new programs, so I wasn't really worrying about it. But I've actually parted ways with them and I will just be selling my guides on my own. I've created a little Shopify website, so I will actually start selling those next week. I believe everything will go live next Wednesday or Thursday. Not positive yet, but I'm gonna have a whole launch on my Instagram and you guys will see videos on here, so you'll be kept up to date. But we're gonna have 2 new glute guides with new exercises, stuff that I've done since I'm not as glute dominant anymore. It's perfect if you're quad dominant. You'll still be able to activate your glutes properly, and they're just really good exercises. I've learned a lot about programming since becoming a personal trainer, so I put a lot of that into those programs. And then I'm also gonna have a 6-week guide that I'm literally running right now, and then an 8-week guide that I'm going to start running 2 weeks from now, so you guys can do that with me. So now I'm gonna answer some weight gain questions, because I have a lot of people who watch my channel who are trying to gain weight, and that, I mean, it's awesome because I relate. How much did you weigh before you started your weight gain journey? I was 105 pounds and I am now 135. The highest I've ever been was 138, and that was sometime last year. What made you decide to start weight training seriously? What helped you get you where you are now? Whenever I do something, I am very over the top. I get obsessed with everything. I have a very addictive personality. So when I first started lifting, I was like, first of all, I liked it right off the bat. I thought it was really fun. And second, I was so weak, it was embarrassing. So I was like, I will go from 2.5 pound dumbbells up to 5 for bicep curls like it will happen. So I just really liked getting stronger. That's always been the number one thing for me. That's why I push strength a lot, and why I always have my clients focus more on their strength progress than their aesthetic progress, just because that is so much slower, and it's really going to depend on whether or not you're hitting your macros and what your lifestyle's like and how long it takes you to get into the habit of going to the gym and making it a priority. So I always say with strength, like, just upping your volume but using the same weight, that means you're getting stronger. If you're getting stronger, you're seeing progress. So me getting stronger is basically what helped me get to where I am now. Tips on eating when you have no appetite. Story of my life. I was literally setting up my FitnessPal this morning trying to just like get my calories together, because right now I'm eating 2,700 calories and woo, it's a lot. My maintenance is, I think, 2,300, so obviously I'm in a surplus. And when I first started lifting, no joke, my maintenance was 1,600. So my metabolism has increased so much, and I can eat food like crazy. But with that being said, I can eat food like crazy at maintenance. Once I'm like pushing that, I do have problems with just not being hungry. That's normal. It's gonna take some time to get through that. I always tell my clients, like, just take it one step at a time. Only increase your calories like 50 to 100 plus each week, and it won't feel like such a big push when you're trying to eat more that next week. So basically my biggest tips would be, if you're drinking coffee, try and wean back a little bit on that, because that is an appetite suppressor. Like, you're not going to be hungry if you're drinking a lot of coffee. So maybe take that out of your diet for a little bit. If you can, find a different caffeine source, have tea or something, because that is one thing that I struggle with, because I really like coffee and I need caffeine, but I'm not hungry, so I have to eat before and then have coffee. If I start off the day with coffee and I don't eat, I'm not going to eat for at least 3 hours. So just kind of be aware of what you're consuming. Eat foods that have more calories and are less voluminous. So like eating a salad, you're not going to have as many calories, and that's going to fill you up. So that is a good food to have, but you want to make sure that you're having that at a time where you're kind of done with your calories for the day, or you're going to take a break from eating so you can still have your appetite in order to eat more. So I think meal timing is a good thing to think about. If you're going to the gym, eat a lot before the gym and eat a lot after the gym, because that's when you'll be the hungriest, and that will kind of set you up for success. And then maybe try out some snacks. You just have to be patient. Like, it's something that I still struggle with, and I have been doing this for 3.5 years. Do you have any tips on staying... God, my leg's falling asleep. Oh my God, my knee. I'm like 60 years old. Do you have any tips on staying motivated to continue this journey and be consistent? You just have to find stuff that you like. You're not gonna want to stay consistent with doing things that you don't enjoy. So if you're doing a bunch of exercises that you literally hate, find some new exercises, because no one's saying you have to do them. It's all up to you. I don't know why I got back in that spot, because my leg hurts. It's just, I'm just not comfortable. Whatever. Find something that you like doing. So I got sick and tired of bodybuilding and I switched to powerlifting, and that kept me consistent because I liked doing it. So your interests are going to change over time, but just finding things that you like doing, which might take a while, that's the biggest bet. And then just make yourself go to the gym. Just do it. Don't be lazy, because if you care enough, you're gonna go. Because if you don't go, you're not gonna see the progress that you want to see, and you can't complain if you're not making an effort. So I know that's kind of harsh, but at the end of the day, it's like, you can't complain about things that are in your control that you're just choosing not to follow through with. So just go. All right, those are the main questions. If I didn't get to yours, I'm so sorry. Leave it in the comments down below, and I'll try my best to get back to you. And if you just have any more questions in general, then you can leave them in the comments. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Give this video a thumbs up if you did. I hope you guys are excited for my workout guides coming out next week. I'm so pumped. They range, I'm gonna have a sale for the first 5 days, so they'll be between $18 and $25, and then I'm also selling customized programming, but it's not gonna be like no Brittany Dawn fitness nonsense. So don't worry, you'll actually get a customized program because I'm only gonna take on like a very small amount of people, and there's no coaching involved. So if it's just like a grab and go type of thing. So if that's something you're interested in, then stay tuned, follow me on Instagram, and I'll see you guys in my next one. I love you.